Mike, what are you eating? That looks amazing.
Oh, this? It's just a delicious Elsinore burrito from El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Is that nacho cheese sauce and hot Cheetos?
Nacho cheese, hot Cheetos, and their mouth-watering carne asada. And I'm dipping it in their creamy guac.
Creamy guac. Yum.
Giggity.
I guess this is a great time to remind everyone that if they're ever in the Inland Empire area, visit Ray at El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Yeah, totally. Check them out on Facebook.com/Ranchito Elsinore.
Or on their Instagram at Ranchito Elsinore.
Now I want me some Elsinore burrito and some of that creamy guac.
Giggity.
I can always give you some of my creamy guac, Jake. Just ask.
El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
More than just great Mexican food. What's up, guys? This is Allie from Customer States. We have made it to the end of the week, so you know what time it is. So this is the podcast where we talk about everything
I haven't opened my beer.
in the... Well, get it done. God. This is the podcast where we talk about everything in the automotive industry. And this is Allie Paul. And to my left is Jake Rikus.
Hi, guys. I just woke up from a nap.
I didn't say what I did. I'm the warranty administrator.
They know what you do.
Yeah. Well, maybe you're new here.
have
Hi.
new listeners
Hello.
The only reason they listen is because of you.
Hi.
But anyways, guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Jake Rikus, as always. That's the first time I got that. I'm a service advisor, and I've been doing it for almost 3 years, or a little over 3 years. You lose count when you want to, Yeah,
No.
Yeah, I know. I'll stop.
We've had podcasts about this. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, that's bad.
Go fishing or something.
I took a nap, and I'm feeling refreshed. So to my left is Mike sitting in for Kevin.
Yes, hi. What's going on, guys?
Trader!
Yeah,
Kevin.
I know. I really miss Kevin. My name is Mike Serra.
He has many hats.
Technician, shop foreman, the wearer of many hats, yada, yada, yada. And I am filling in for Kevin today, so I want to apologize in advance. But anyway, to my left is our special guest for this evening's podcast, Eric Montenegro. You have remembered him from before from another podcast. What's going on, Eric?
What's up, y'all? Well, the same podcast, but a different episode.
Right.
Yes.
Correct. All those other podcasts we do.
Yeah, back for round two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back for round two.
As Ali said, I have been in the automotive.
I did say
She
something.
said, yeah, I was
similar.
But I didn't have time yet.
Automotive.
Industry.
These might not be the first beers that we've cracked.
Sadly for me, it was. I just talk like that.
Been in the automotive industry now for 4 years officially, but been doing it my whole life. So good times. I'm a heavy line technician.
I was going to say,
Heavy
you're
line.
like in the same boat as me. It's like cars and everything since a wee little dude, but professionally, a couple of years. Yeah.
I've been vehicle adjacent for quite some time.
She's like, I've ridden in old cars.
Well, my
I
mom
know.
used to work for GM, so like we always went to like cool events and
Hey.
like they were doing like Corvette launches and like all kinds of
Hey,
shit.
you know how I just got a rise out of you? Should we tell everybody that listens to the podcast about Jeffrey?
No.
You sure?
Anyways, I heard that
Jeffrey.
today.
Jeffrey is my little buddy. When
I'm so mad.
I've been waiting to bring this up in the subject.
This is not vehicle related at all.
sure
This
it
is
is.
just purely to piss me off.
So anytime I get Allie's goat, her goat is Jeffrey. And he's a cute little furry guy. And I love it when he comes out to say hi, but she fucking hates it.
A goat.
Get your goat.
Yeah, get your goat. You've heard that saying before.
No.
Like someone gets your goat, like they get a rise out of you,
Same
or
thing
it
as you
piss
get a rise out of
off,
you, piss
or-
you off.
Interesting.
It's
Gotcha.
another-
Okay. Yeah.
So
Good times.
So her goats.
Yeah,
Now everybody knows.
Okay.
I'm putting Jeffrey
Moving on.
back
No.
in the pen.
No.
It's a goat, not a cow.
Exactly.
Moving on.
This is why we keep Eric around for
Exactly.
his
Here all night.
funniness.
So I'll get started with everything. I say we because it's me and the customer who get effed. But anyways,
The royal we.
yeah, the royal
I mean,
we.
it doesn't benefit us as a dealership, but
No,
go on.
so everybody knows back-ordered parts. Everybody's going through it. So when you get your lovely back-ordered part and the angels sing and you're like, oh my God, I might actually get my job done. It's always nice knowing that everything's there. It's all in one piece and it's good to go. Well, in my case, today I was sitting at my desk, and the way that our service drive is on the left-hand side is the actual service drive where they pull up. Our UPS driver was the same every single time. Always.
Do you know his name?
Yes, I do.
What's his name?
His name is Ray.
Nice.
Oh,
Ray, whatever. But anyways, so Ray always backs up the truck. And to be fair, to start this off, it's not Ray's. To be fair, to start this off, it's not Ray's fault that this happened.
Right.
It happened long before that. There's no way that man did that type of damage. But so he backs in the truck, and there's two parts, and there's a box that looks odd that nobody's really sure what it is, and then also next to it is a transmission inside of the case.
Okay.
So I stick my head out and I'm like, "Hey Ray, you got my glass for me?" And he's like, "I don't know, man. Nothing here really looks like glass." I'm like, "Okay." And I kid you not, word for word, he's like, "No, nothing here looks like glass, man. That'd be a big box." And as he's wheeling it, I notice that there's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 fragile stickers on the side of this one box, and I'm like, "Okay."
Fragile.
So I customer walks in, I finish helping, and then I go out and I talk to my dispatcher who's looking at our PDIs and need to get done. And I'm talking with him, and my buddy inside of the office goes, "Jake, that's your windshield."
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
I'm like, "What?"
Any shenanigans?
What? So I go over to the parts department, and sure enough, it is. So the windshield box is probably, I don't know, 8 foot long box. So big box.
Okay.
And it is folded in half like a book. So it's a spine has been made for it.
I think he fucking shouted it.
Wait.
Oh, you ruined it. And it is wrapped in 4 feet of cellophane. So sure enough, and you guys can go to the Facebook and see this post, but sure enough, it was folded and shattered into a million pieces. So
I think he fucking shouted it.
Again.
it's been, I've lost count, weeks, and now
Since you were waiting for the part to come
right.
in.
So
Okay.
now it's going to be weeks again.
yeah, that is horrible. The back order parts is just killing us.
So thank you, UPS.
Well, someone. I mean, maybe it's made out of the same material that one phone is made out of. What
The
phone am I thinking?
Samsung Folds.
The Samsung fold phone.
No.
The driver made the same joke because when he opened it up, he's like, "Holy shit, that is a windshield." He goes, "Maybe it's made out of that fancy new folding glass." It's like, Jesus Christ, Ray.
Yeah, and new to the automotive industry, folding compact shippable glass.
Yeah. $1 million idea.
Put all that cellophane around it to keep the broken pieces from falling.
Right. I was going to say to keep the truck nice and clean.
When they moved the box, was it like, yeah? Thank you.
We need to make that into a soundbite.
That is actually an ongoing joke. If we get a box that looks like it's undamaged, because we've still gotten them where they're still shattered.
You just like Christmas morning the box, like what's in here?
100%. I always tell my parts manager, I'm like, when you get it, shake it, call me yes or no.
Oh man,
you want to continue with the BS and do uniforms?
Okay. Yeah, I know Eric knows about this subject.
oh god.
And I'll throw in my 2 cents when you guys.
I have been wearing the same pair of pants all week.
Yeah, so
They brought me one pair of pants last Friday.
Wow.
What's that smell like?
Well, I double layer on everything. I wear an undershirt and 2 pairs of underwear as well. No, I'm kidding.
Sounds constrictive.
2 pairs of socks, the whole gambit.
Oh God, 2 pairs of socks. Ugh.
No, God, my feet would sweat too much. I can't do it. Yeah.
Just like squish around in your shoes, like.
Uniform companies are a joke. They don't care.
They really do not.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. We've had people that have been at our dealership now for like I think 3 months is the longest one that we've waited for, waiting to get shirts and pants for this employee.
Luxury. I'm on
months.
2.5 years to get 5 shirts.
What?
One of Jake's.
We must have the same uniform company,
Yeah, right.
which we will not mention.
Let's see.
They who must not be named.
Are they first or second? Just asking.
No, it's neither.
Okay. Never mind.
The name that comes to mind definitely first off.
So, one of Jake's shirts. I've replaced
3.
multiple
3 now.
buttons on his shirts. There's holes in the shirts. I want to fix them, but he's like, no, they're gonna bring the shirts. So I'm kind
Well,
of thankful that I don't have to deal with
optimistic. I
it.
appreciate that kind of
So
attitude.
optimistic number
But
one.
he's wearing religious holy shirts.
Well, number one, optimistic. Number two is if I leave the shirts with a hole or the holes in them, and somebody complains to the right person, something may be done about it.
Yes.
So I was
understand that
told
logic.
that in order to get the uniforms for these technicians that we had filled, I was talking to the driver and I was telling the driver the technicians' names and sizes and all that stuff, and he'd take the slip down I saw him write it out. He'd take the slip down to the place and get them filled.
And then he throws it in the trash.
Well, we didn't know what was happening, and the orders never got filled. So finally, he hooked me up with the number for corporate. So I called corporate, and I got on an email chain with 3 different managers, and I CC everybody and copy everybody anytime that a new order comes in, and that way there's no excuses, there's no problems.
You turned into a Karen.
So
I was gonna say he carrying the shit out of this situation.
because I'm tired of people
No
complaining
offense to any
about
Karens
uniforms.
out there.
So
We love you, Karen.
I even went to the lengths of putting everybody's full name and employee or uniform number on the lockers in there, because they were just throwing the uniforms out on the bench and not putting them away in the lockers. So I made their job super easy. So
Mike has handed
this
this
to do.
to them on a silver platter.
Yeah.
It's like idiot proof.
So-
there are pictures on the wall, for Christ's sake.
There are pictures on the wall. Eric is not joking. Okay. So
Wait, what do you mean? Like, this is how you open the locker and insert the hanger
So
with the...
I have a picture up on the wall that tells you how to, if you're a new employee or if you haven't done it yet, it tells you how to put your name and where to find your uniform number on your uniform. And so that way there's no excuses. I put up my green tape and I have a Sharpie out there and all that kind of stuff. And then I also have a rack that I built for uniforms that need to be repaired that go back with the tags
You
and everything.
built it?
Well, it's slapped together,
Sure.
shit. We don't have a budget
4
there.
screws and a piece of wood.
Yeah, it's not fancy. It's just a place to hang clothes.
It works.
Yeah, it works. It's a purpose-built machine. So in this email chain, I give them the employee's name and all their sizes and everything like that, and it's written down, and it goes to 3 different people, right? So the order comes in for this technician, and it's the wrong size clothes. So, well, how I asked for a 2XL. It's written here. The order was placed multiple times for this, and it's written here, copied to 3 different people. How did this get mixed up?
It's happened to me twice now, where they brought me the wrong size shirts twice.
I
So
don't
it's
understand it.
so it's been there. It's like, ooh, look here, you want the shiny nickel? Well,
Try this on for size. Pun intended. They bring you, it says it's the right size, and then you put it on, and you're like, oh my, yeah, no, not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit of wiggle room, anytime you buy clothes,
Right.
Levi's,
Sure.
whatever, it doesn't matter. There's always the size is never gonna be exact. This was like 3 sizes too small, but it said my number, and I'm like, pfft, yeah, no,
Yeah,
send
no.
it back.
Yeah, they mess that stuff up all the time.
and
It's
see,
crazy.
and it's the same thing, Mike. It's like I've talked with the guy who takes the orders, does our deliveries. I look at this, the whole slip, make sure everything's filled out properly. Everything should be good, like Eric said, idiot proof, or as much as you possibly can. And still, so we've got a new guy that is our old uniform delivery, whatever happened to him. So we got a new guy, and he introduced himself to me, and he came in, he's like, look, man, I promise, I got you, all this, yada, yada, yada. We'll see. So allegedly, I'm supposed to get five more of these.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So I'm going to get 5 more of these. And then he's all like, I'll also get you some, for the same cost as these, because they're cheap. He's like, I'll bring you 5 fancy polos. I'm like, if you can pull that
Like
off.
with the logo, the whole
With
thing.
the logo, the
Okay.
whole thing. And he's like, it's much softer than this, like stretchy material. And I'm like, if you can do that, man, you're my hero, but I'm not holding my breath.
It's probably
have
not
a-
going to happen.
How difficult is that, man? It's like, I just look at that. It's like, you have to write down on some carbon, some carbon paper, Make sure you got names right, sizes right, fucking send it in. You're good.
If everything you're doing is bad, I want you to know this.
It seems like it should be a relatively easy process, but it goes through a bunch of different.
And that was going to be what I was going to say. It sounds like it's that simple. It really
Right.
does. But the way my mind works, I try to think of
So many channels.
yeah, what exactly has to be done to get this order filled? So the piece of paper goes from the driver's hand. Then what does he do with it? He gives it to somebody else. Okay, we need to order these for this person. Then somebody sits at a computer and they place an order for this many shirts and this many pants for this many sizes or whatever, and then somebody else fills it from there, and then somebody else irons the names on it. It's gone through so many hands, or at least I'm assuming it. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try to give everyone the benefit.
Well, though, I think that's fair. And I think,
but
like,
it's frustrating.
After 2.5 years,
It's
so
frustrating
hard.
because
It's
this is
frustrating.
literally what you get paid to do.
but you could turn that on its head too. And I'm sure we have customers who are like, well, how fucking hard is it to do XYZ and get your car fixed or
That's
whatever?
why I'm not too hard on them, because I
So-
understand it's difficult and there's a lot of things that are out of your control. I mean, I get that.
And at the end of the day, we don't know what is going
but
into
3 months for a fucking shirt.
No,
I
that
mean,
is ridiculous.
2.5 years for a fucking
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah, in your case.
Jake, tell us how you really feel.
Oh,
about
it's
it.
no. No, because then they win.
I have a uniform based question, I guess. So you have female technicians. So is there a separate locker room for that person, those people?
Yeah, I ordered up a locker and set it up in a private restroom for the female technicians.
And their restroom is clean and yours is not.
Oh, it's a beautiful restroom.
You've been in there.
Of course I have.
He's like, do you know me?
Hello.
I'm the one that set it up. in
Hello.
there. And I installed
so
the soap
good.
dispenser.
Sorry.
It's a nice safe space.
We recently
Gotta put a couch in there or some shit.
I always thought there was a couch in the ladies' bathroom, but not in
There's a
this one.
couches. There used to be more, but there's couches in like a lot of.
There's always a vanity, though.
There is a
must.
big ass mirror in that bathroom.
I've used it.
I bet you have.
Oh, absolutely. I gotta look my best at all times.
I'm so gorgeous.
Replacing engines or not, I've got to look my best.
just because my work is dirty doesn't mean I have to be.
That's it right there. That's it. You will not find grease under these nails.
We've got, speaking of clean
Very nice.
bathrooms,
I checked.
we clean on our side. Our guys just spiffed it up a bit, just weekly how we do. And we got a really, really good. And the guy
the bathroom?
the bathroom.
Oh,
well,
okay.
like the locker room, change it,
Oh,
whatever
yeah,
you want to
yeah,
call
yeah,
it. So we got it real clean, weekly clean, whatever that. And of course the wash sink or the wash basin.
Yeah.
It has a cracked pipe. Yeah, it has a cracked pipe at the bottom where it's like people have just tried, putting it back together, some putty and stuff like that, instead of actually having it replaced. Well, it is now leaked so much, and now the drain that is right underneath that sink is now backing up, and there's a big old trail of just gross all the way.
Good times.
And that's been that way for 3 days now, and it still hasn't been fixed. So we'll see how that
Probably
goes
all
tomorrow.
the hummus from the hand cleaner over the years.
Oh yeah,
Sump.
that blue crap.
The J sump thing, and then it just gets backed up into the pipe.
Yep. Yeah, it's fun.
Well, occasionally when it rains on the Volkswagen side, they put the parts, like the bigger parts that they're holding for warranty retention in the locker room. I call it the murder
Locker
room.
The locker.
Yeah, because it's off of one of the bays. So there's like really no other place to put these but except for in that room. And I've had to go in there. So like I have one of the parts guys go in and make sure like no one's in there, whatever. Whatever. Anyways, it's the fucking
I do the same
murder
thing, it's all
room.
right.
Like one of the lights are like flickering, like, and it's like
It's got a big
Boom,
fan that's
boom.
only spinning like so many revolutions, so it does a.
it's
the perfect ambiance for the environment. Yeah.
it's dirty. It's bad. It's so scary in there. I do not like it at
Welcome
all.
to the men's locker room.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm sorry. It should be nicer.
So speaking of getting things fixed, how many 2-3 episodes I talked about management?
Yeah,
roughly
So
something
what,
like that.
3 weeks.
So
Something like that.
to our listeners who are return listeners, when I called it back then that our manager at the time would not last, I was fucking right. So
What do you mean? That
so Don, our old manager that I told you guys about, who retired, and we got the new guy, Jack, who took his
Changed
place.
everything.
Yeah, exactly. The huge change, everything like that.
Let me show you what it's like at this dealership.
Right. So not last week, but the week before, he had a family death. So he took a week of bereavement, and that was fine. And we didn't really hear much from him, though. He's like, I'll keep in touch. I'll let you guys know what's going on. And he kind of went silent, off the grid. And then the following week, or he tells us first, hey, I'll be back next Monday. Didn't hear from him. Monday rolls around. Nothing. Doesn't show up. Doesn't call anybody. Doesn't text anybody. Complete radio silence again. Wednesday, I believe it was, of that week, the second week, he doesn't hit up the owner. He doesn't hit up the other service manager on the Volkswagen side, but he finally texts us. And he goes, hey, guys, I'm in Connecticut helping a friend move. I won't be there until the following week.
That's professional.
And that's all we got.
It's to the point that managers were asking me, hey, do you know what's going on with him?
Dude, the owner asked me what was going on. The other service manager asked me what was going on. The sales manager asked me what was going on. Nobody knew where he was.
Oh, my God.
Nobody. So that Wednesday rolled around and he texted us. So we finally told everybody, hey, apparently this is what's going on. And of course, he's like, I will be back next Monday, which would have been this Monday, I think.
This Monday, because the previous Monday, he left a bunch of work on my desk.
Right.
He only came in for one day
to get his
and
paycheck.
was like, hey, can you make copies
Direct
of
deposit.
50 ROs for each of these files and send this in? Oh, by the way, you're back from your vacation. No big deal that you have 2 weeks worth of work to do in a week right now. So,
Yeah.
whatever.
So,
Very solid.
yeah, exactly.
Wow, yes.
So he's like, I will be back the following Monday. Following Monday shows up. He's not there. And nobody knows what's going on. And there's been whispers and chit chat about, oh, he's going to get canned. Oh, this, oh, that, the other thing. And exactly. So,
A bunch of scuttlebutt.
right. So Monday rolls around and still it's like, besides the Wednesday, nobody's really gotten a straight answer. So we get in on Monday morning and we get a text from Jack saying, and I quote, hold on, if I can make this professional. Give me 1 second here.
Oh, man. He's got
I
a...
find that ironic.
Vamp.
Yeah, I know, right? That is highly ironic.
Oh, so yeah, that was something new that I hadn't experienced. I think I talked about this a little bit before, but like he's a super, like he texts. He
Yeah,
wants
no
to, he doesn't
calls,
call you on your,
text.
extension or whatever. He's always sending texts.
Okay.
Because,
Which
that's
is
the fastest way
convenient.
to get a response.
It
Right.
is though. I mean, depending.
Not always.
No.
No, if
I
you
like-
need an answer now,
Well,
you pick
maybe
up the phone
for
and call.
Yeah,
me,
I
like
for
having
me,
proof.
it
Well,
might
yeah,
be.
but you're sitting at your desk and your phone is right next to you.
Yeah.
I get that, But when we're in an engine bay or
Yeah.
whatever, at our elbows or,
Yeah.
So actually, we did not hear from him Monday. He was silent Monday. This was Tuesday. Good morning. Last night, I resigned my position and requested Alex to remain in charge in the interim. I also told the owner, I will remain available indefinitely to assist with any guidance or questions. It has been a pleasure to get to know you in the short time we had. I hope my actions, training, and advice did not disrupt your lives too much. Please extend my goodbyes to the techs and porters. I do not have their cell numbers. Thanks, and call or text me if you ever need anything.
Wow.
So it gets better here.
Wow.
So after that,
Did we also talk about that he jumped ship like right after one of our owners passed away?
yes. Well, no, I mean, Sam.
Right after.
Yeah. So one of the owners of the dealership, he passed away due to COVID fairly suddenly.
So sad.
It was sad, and then he took off. So it was all very weird, whatever the case. And like you said, you don't like to assume, don't like to whatever
Yeah,
the case.
like, we don't know what's going on in his personal life.
But looking from the outside in, it's kind of shitty. But to continue this, which was fun, the owner came in that Tuesday, and my buddy Alex was talking to him because he was put in charge for the interim while Jack had resigned, since we had no service manager. You remember I was talking, me and him were both up for the hire of the service manager position.
Right.
Sam, the owner, decided to hire Jack. So we were still kind of in the background of it all. I was on the 2-week vacation with Allie when Jack was on his hiatus. So Alex got put in charge. So on Tuesday when we got that text, the owner shows up and he comes up to Alex and I overhear the conversation and he goes, Alex goes, so it's a shame of what happened to Jack. And the owner looks at him and goes, what do you mean what happened to Jack? And he goes, you don't know? And he's like, no. And he goes, yeah, so he resigned. What had happened was he didn't call the owner. He didn't text the owner. He didn't anything. He sent him an email on Monday night. So when he got up to his office, there was the resignation letter in his email inbox. And
Classy.
That's classy.
Very classy.
And that's how it was.
I have no respect for people like that. I'm sorry.
Dude,
especially in a position like that. Like, come on. Yes, life happens and we all have to deal with our own stuff, but you have to maintain some level of professionalism,
I 100% agree.
He did. He said best wishes.
That's not a very good level.
Call me if you need anything.
Call me if you need anything, sweetie.
Right. No, I've been in management positions my entire life prior to taking a position here, as a technician. And you can't do that. Like, your phone is on at all times. You always respond to your employees' messages, phone calls, whatever, and you keep upper management posted at all times. That's ridiculous.
And when I talked to Allie about it, Mike, you a little bit when you were on that last recording, I have run a business before. I have done it. So when I had such doubt with Jack when he came in, because number one, I'm good at reading people, and number two, I know how a business has to be run, or at least as close as possible to at least keep the works together. So when I told everybody, guys, you need to watch this, it's like, whatever you have to do, it's like, learn from them, that's fine. But
right.
No, I'm calling this right now. Mm-hmm. He is not cut out for this. This is not what he is meant for. And I called it. I said, he's a consultant. That's good. Failing dealership. I've been in a bunch of other places. Let me give you all of my information. We'll bring this place up, rebuild the foundation, and then I'm gone.
Peace. Yep.
Yeah, we knew that he... So here's the thing,
But did he even accomplish any of that, though?
No. And
very... To an extent, yes, but... we weren't a failing dealership. There were things that could have been polished. Mm-hmm. He showed us how to polish. Did it stick? No, because we had a way that worked. We used a little bit of tidbits here and there to make our lives easier. But would I say we completely, change things? No.
Well, he wasn't there long enough to make a trend.
And that's what I was going to touch on too.
That's fair.
Had he stayed and been there long enough, you may have been able to adapt, some more of his, the ways that he does things to help the business thrive more.
Right.
But and jump ship.
Exactly. And the thing is,
well, I changed my whole process.
Oh yeah, we all did.
How I was doing things, and now that he's gone, I can't put that on Alex now because he's just learning how to be. He's learning new tools and new skills to be a service manager.
Right.
That we may or may not.
How was that for you? I have to say, I'm a creature of habit. Mm-hmm. So when you come in and tell me you got to do it this way now, my whole world gets turned upside down.
Dude, when he did that, I was ticked.
Yeah.
When he's like, "No, you're doing it wrong, bro. You just walked in a couple of days ago." Right. It's like respect is earned. You come in here and you tell me, "No, this is wrong." Where the fuck do you get off? So
how did you deal with that, Allie?
Yeah. So to be fair, there was a portion of this that I wanted because we started keeping the ROs open until the next day. So if there was a high ticket warranty claim, there could be any kind of adjustments before finalizing it. So that was nice. But now, he was showing me how to do that. That was something that I hadn't worked with before. I was making any adjustments after everything was closed. Mm-hmm. And so I did want that. That's something that I kind of wanted to carry over to the other side. But now we're trying to juggle all these things in the gaps that he's left behind. And, now I'm regretting it, you boys.
No ooh talk. No ooh talk.
Tell us how you really feel.
So, I'm open to changing processes if there is a reason for it, if it is going to improve. Right. And the fact that he left, like, I never texted him and said well wishes or best wishes.
I wouldn't have either. Like I said, I lost all respect.
I was a little upset about it.
Right.
Like, and I was kind of hurt about it too. I know I shouldn't have been, but you come here and say, oh, you have so much potential for this and that. Like, he set up that maybe I would be management there. And he set that up multiple times. And he was setting that up to everybody. He was blowing smoke. I don't know. Maybe not, maybe so. But that's what got me. The changing of the processes and how that is, I'm open to. Okay. But
a better woman than I am.
Yeah, well.
It's super hard to do that. It is way hard.
And before
Mostly everything else was the same. I mean, it was a smaller aspect because I have both stores. So it was kind of like a pilot run too. Mm-hmm. Because if that succeeded, I was going to take that to Volkswagen, right, because Volkswagen really could have used that. But
and before
the shit's hit the fan now, so.
And before we move on and we talk about your T-Stat story, dude, just to end this real quick, and I still go back to this, is when Sam was interviewing us, I told him and I looked at him, he's like, how do you feel about bringing outside work? And I looked at him, I'm like, Sam, why don't you go and ask your techs? Why don't you go and ask the people?
I don't know, though.
Why don't you go and ask the people that truly bring in your money? It's like, I can sell whatever I want or to whatever the customer feels that they need. But at the end of the day, these are the guys who have to deal with that person. This is the guy who's going to be talking to them about warranty. This is the guy who's going to be talking to them about their pay, their spiffs, whatever the fact. Respect is earned. So why don't you ask them how they feel about bringing in outside help? Why don't you ask them who they would pick, whether it's me, Alex, or the other? And then go from there. Make your decision from that. Don't just pull it from thin air. And of course, that wasn't done. And finally, I didn't really tell Alex this, but congratulations, Alex. I'm salty as shit that you got the position. But dude, no, like I told you, I'm man enough to say that. I'm salty, but I'm stoked for him. It's like he's moving up. He's my super close bud. So I wanted to at least give him a shout out and say you're going to do great, dude.
You are.
Good for him.
Yes, we're proud. Okay, so the thermos, are we moving on or are we doing the thermostat?
Yeah, Mikey needs to tell us about the T-Stat real quick.
Okay, so I had a customer a few weeks ago that this was a call-in customer. Service advisor gets a phone call from a customer. He's replacing his thermostat housing in his Explorer, and he's had some issues trying to get it done. So he wants to talk to a technician to figure out what
I love those phone calls. I get them so often.
Really?
Yeah.
So people, like, you don't get paid for those.
They call for free advice. At the end of the day, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's free advice.
Wow.
Hell, that happened today before we recorded. So, but anyway, so he calls in asking about to replace the thermostat housing, and he's having issues with it, and he wants to know if there's any tricks. I said, well, there's not really any tricks that I can tell you. It's a pretty straightforward repair. There's like a few bolts here and there and some hose clamps and stuff like that, and you just pull the thing out. So we're describing, we're talking about it over the phone. He's telling me about this wire that goes over the top. I said, the only wires I know about are like, for the alternator or for, the electrical sensors, things like that. Will be fine. Don't worry about that. You just got to unbolt the thing and then pull it out and sneak it up. Anyway, so he's having issues with this. So I said, I without being there, I don't know what I can do for you. Why don't you send me some pictures and we'll see what we can, figure out what you're talking about, because I don't even know what you're talking about right now. So we go ahead and give him a place to email pictures to. Pictures get sent. I look at the pictures and there's nothing in the way of pulling this thing out. He just has to, like Tetris it, tilt it a little bit this way,
okay.
Stand on one
this way.
foot,
Yeah, rub your tongue out. The one to the left a little bit.
Pat your tummy and rub your head at the same time.
Yeah, and so I write him back in the email because I'm busy and I don't want to talk to him. I said, what, I'm sorry, like there's not really any like tips or tricks that I can give you.
Is this not a Googleable, YouTubeable?
Oh, I'm sure
item?
it is. The guy sounded kind of older. So I mean, props for him. Props to anybody to try and work on your own car. But herein is in the story. It's a very simple job, and there aren't any tricks. And he had basically said back to me in like the last email, he's like, he may have to think twice before starting any automotive repairs and let the professionals do the repair.
Oh my God.
And I was going to print that out because I wanted to like have it framed in my stall.
Oh, that's
I was like,
great.
I mean, props for you for trying to start something, but it looks simple and easy until you start doing it, and then you find out that it's not simple and easy. And when you bring it to us halfway torn apart or messed up or damaged because you didn't know what you were doing, it makes the job that much harder.
Well, now you got to pay us to figure out what you did wrong.
Yeah.
On
And
top
then
of doing the repair.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
It looks easy when you're looking at it, but when you actually get down into it, it's not good at all. I mean, it's very wild.
He may have been calling you from a rotary phone. And for those of you who don't know what that is,
None of those fancy touch tone phones.
no, you're right. Oh no, that was after rotary phones. My God.
Yeah, that
Google
was like
it.
technology at that point.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh, good times.
With the pencil. Like in the movie.
I wasn't that fancy, but I would have liked to been.
I definitely did do that in like with my grandma's phone, like just for funsies.
We actually just got new phones for all the service.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
How nice are those?
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
They're
My-
color screens.
Oh my God. Have you seen the picture of the phones
No,
that I showed
remember
to Mike?
that episode,
Oh,
but
it's horrible. And these new phones, they're fancy. They got like color displays. You can
they
probably,
have like
video
30
call
different
on them.
ringtones.
I feel
and-
personally attacked.
Well, I mean, I'm not doing
Allie,
it on
you're gonna have to
purpose.
come by for a visit.
I know.
Hey,
Can I
to
just
see the
like call?
phones.
You know what? I'm gonna see if we can
What's
hook her
your
up with our
extension?
old phones.
That's
That would
progress.
be an
That's progress
upgrade.
for her.
You know what? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna
My
come by with a
system
pickup
doesn't
truck.
support that type of technology.
That's way too advanced.
I'm gonna come by with a pickup truck full of old phones and just gonna make the dealership stay.
There you go.
You're just like Scrooge McDucking in all your nice fancy phones.
Well, it's one less trip to the e-waste center that we have to go
That's
to.
it.
So
Just drive down the street.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Well,
Oh my God.
yeah,
Who's got to go to the restroom?
we hear that noise. We're going to go ahead and go out to break. But thank you guys so much for listening. And we will see you after break. Thank you to our sponsors. We will talk about them when we get back.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike Sarah here from Customer States. If you're searching for the highest quality additives, lubricants, or cleaners for your automotive, heavy equipment, agricultural, or industrial machinery needs, look no further than the Justice Brothers line of products. From lubing your chainsaw, performing a complete fuel system treatment and decarb service on a customer's vehicle, keeping that forklift forking and lifting, or just need a can of that famous JB80 penetrant to persuade a rusty bolt, Justice Brothers has you covered. Travis Ferris of Hit Distributing is not only Southern California's authorized Justice Brothers distributor, but also a great friend of mine. Over the years, Travis has helped me and my dealership with anything and everything we need, including all the lines of Justice Brothers products and even equipment to perform the various services we may need for our specific application. HIT stands for honesty, integrity, and trust. So you know when you contact Travis, that's exactly what you'll get. That, combined with Justice Brothers supplying superior quality automotive products since the 1940s and 75 years in the racing industry, you will have absolutely everything at your disposal to get the job done. Justice Brothers is proudly made in the USA, and they have a satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Justice Brothers has the best quality products over any other competitor, and they'll gladly tell you that themselves. If you live in the Southern California area, call my man Travis Ferris at 805-208-7818. And if you don't, call him anyway and tell him I said thanks. And visit justicebrothers.com to learn more about their complete line of products. Justice Brothers, America's brand for quality.
And we're back from break. Thank you to all of our lovely sponsors that keep the lights on as always. And now we're moving on. So I don't know a whole lot about this, but I'm sure I'll be able to riff off of you and Eric. I heard, or I see right on there on our beautiful board of knowledge, shop tools.
Oh, yes. So,
Oh my
No
God!
problems
Wait, whoa,
ever
whoa.
with shop tools ever, right?
Stop!
Oh wait, no, we visited this before.
Wait! I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. And,
Hashtag sell the bell.
And
You gotta crack 'em.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
That one was a really good one.
Yeah.
Okay, now back to our previously scheduled programming. Shop tools.
Boy, do I feel better after that one.
Now we can have this. Yeah, right.
You know,
Really in-depth conversation.
You know,
about to
Allie,
get my ass reamed.
a hose. A hose has a memory.
Oh, so good. Family Guy. Anyways, moving
I
on.
want to preface this with Eric. I'm not calling you out right now.
Oh, I'll call myself out. I'm here for it.
You know.
That's why we love you, dude.
Yeah.
So, for those non-technicians out there or technicians that don't work in a dealership where there's special service tools to work on a specific, like in my example, Ford engine or Ford transmission, we have a tool room that is full of tools that Ford Motor Company either will send us or we buy from Ford Motor Company that allows us to work on these specialty things, right? That's why you can't just do it in your driveway anymore. Okay, so in that tool room,
They
those
do
are
that
tools
on
for
purpose.
tools for everybody. Yet somehow let's just talk about the first of all. So I'm working on a I think it was 2020 F250.
Okay.
And in the workshop,
An F2 shitty.
yeah. So in the workshop manual, they have me go grab a toolkit from the toolkit number is like T70. So that means it's a toolkit from the 70s.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So they want me to go find a tool from the 70s that I'm supposed to be working on this brand new truck with. Well, let me newsflash. Some dealerships haven't been around from the 70s.
Yeah.
Or that tool that was in there is either probably broken or walked off with some technician years and years ago and is nowhere to be found. So either send us out new toolkits periodically to replenish the supply or whatever, because that gets expensive when you have to start replacing tools. Yeah.
So is this on honor system? You have to check shit out, be like,
Our dealership, the tool room is open to everybody, but there are many dealerships where you have to, if you go, there's a tool room clerk, and you give him
It's kind of like the armory.
You give him your cell phone.
It's the armory is the base.
seriously, you give him your slip or whatever, and he holds on to whatever little trinket that you have until you bring the tool back, and then he puts it back in the tool.
as collateral.
So I drove out to another dealership to go pick up tools today for a technician because we don't have them. And so I went to go replace the tools through Ford, and which is the cheapest place that I found them. If you want to call in, right in, let us know where I can find these tools cheaper. It's Customer Estates Podcast.
Harbor
At gmail.com.
Harbor Freight in the back room.
No, these
The
are
secret
not,
room.
These are not Harbor Freight tools.
Definitely not.
But the two tools that I borrowed were almost $1,000
Oh, dang.
in just two tools. So you can imagine, and that's just for one specific job. So I mean, it's just it can get astronomical.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's crazy, and you think, well, everybody needs to use these tools, so I'll put the boxes back because the boxes are roughly organized by years and toolkit numbers because there's a toolkit for 2009, 2010, 2011, and in those toolkits there's 8 different big red blow molded plastic boxes, right? So you have all these specialty tools in there that at one point you're going to need. And it's not going to be me that needs them, or it's not going to be Eric that needs them, but somebody else in the shop that needs them, or me and Eric that need them. And so it's just got to be available and accessible to everybody and neat and organized. So once a year I try and get, when the lubies are dead, I try to get them to
Some poor soul.
Yeah, to
Go into that room.
Please help me.
Reorganize.
It honestly, I try to do it by myself, but it's just too much, and so I need help in there. So
You're talking about walls that go, 4 feet above your head. Of stacked boxes.
These things
Damn.
are boxes stacked, 12 feet high. Well, maybe not 12 feet, but 8 feet, 10 feet high, and it just craziness, absolute craziness. And I need a tool, but it's in the middle of all of this stuff, so I got to pull out 4 boxes to get to this one.
Yep.
And then so people do that,
But they don't put the 4 boxes back.
They don't put the 4
because it's
boxes
too much-
back, or when they do,
too
they
much
just put
work.
them over here and over there and over there. So then, when you're looking for this toolkit, you think it's missing, but it's really just mislaid. It's like in the library. We have an organization system, the Dewey Decimal
The
System.
Dewey Decimal
Yeah,
System.
it's not like that at the dealership, but it's organized by numbers. I mean, everybody understands numbers, right? So, you would
Well,
think.
when some asshole doesn't return the tools back to where they're supposed to go,
And see, and I'm over.
Wait.
or they disappear in somebody's box. So a technician gets fired or leaves and forgets that they have it in their box, even though nobody really leaves on bad terms. We try to make sure that everybody if you just accidentally happen to keep one in your toolbox, it's not a big deal. Just let us have it back, please.
Okay, so we keep dancing around this subject, and I'm just gonna
what
hit it.
You got a
head
guilty conscience?
on. We're gonna
happened?
We're gonna rip the Band-Aid off. We're gonna do this. Okay, so I was working on a vehicle, and I needed a special tool. I can say in this sense that I am a man. I don't need a tool. I'll do it myself.
I'll figure it out.
Yes, I'll do it myself. And sure, I tried to do it myself and I failed miserably. So I needed this tool. Well, we had previously already rebought this tool because it had been lost or broken. I don't remember. And I think we had bought two, if I'm not mistaken. And we had a couple technicians, leave. So I'm doing this job. I'm like, I need that tool that I never use. So I'm looking for the tool and I can't find the tool anywhere. And so I go to Mike. I'm like, I need you to order this tool because this car has to be gone like tomorrow. Of course.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Want that expensive piece?
Yeah. And at this point, I'm turning into the customers. I'm driving out of town. Can you do a full rotation alignment and flush all my fluids? I'm leaving in an hour.
Wishing or hoping can get you that tool.
Right. So, that was me. And so he ordered go back. He ended up having to go to another dealer to borrow this tool for me.
Oh, so that was for you.
Well, no. This was a separate occasion.
I've been to this other dealership multiple times.
Okay.
The Subi dealer?
So, no. So this was, so this vehicle was supposed to leave on Friday. We're now on Monday, Tuesday. I don't remember what it was. And he goes to get the tool. Mike, I am so sorry. I have to come clean about this.
Where was the tool?
When Mike left to go to the dealer to go pick up the tool.
Oh my God.
I checked one last spot that I hadn't checked before.
It was in that escape pod.
Found the tool. No, it wasn't. It was actually in my colleague's toolbox right next to me.
So it's not your fault.
Well, no. Yes, but no. I didn't look everywhere.
This is how politics work, children.
I didn't look everywhere, and he was already on the road. I wasn't about to call him and say, hey, come back. I found it. So I just kind of let it happen.
Nothing is fucked here.
I love you so much. Thank you, Mikey.
So did he know this?
No, he just found out right now.
Find out?
He just found out.
Thoughts, feelings?
Just found out right now.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one that I also just bought another one of, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to have two again, which is where we needed to be anyways.
We should have had like 4 now, I think, or something.
Yeah, you'd think, but
it's okay.
I know for sure 2 at least.
Which direction did you have to go, south or north, to go get the tool?
North.
We're from California. We don't do directions.
North.
Sorry,
He went north.
Northbound or southbound?
It was a good nor'easter.
Okay.
Northwest. No, actually.
Northwestern.
No, yeah.
Sure.
Northwest, yeah.
Whatever.
Anyways.
I'm terrible with directions.
I'm sorry, Mike.
It's okay.
I love you.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, you know what? We need shop tools constantly. It's just I'd much rather spend the money on upgrading the tools than replacing the ones that we lose.
Now, see, and I'm sitting over here and I'm listening to you guys talk about all this. And
It's like the phones.
and I had to buy a new tire TPMS sensor tool today because our one from, again, I was going to say the 70s, but those haven't been around since the 70s. But anyway, our ancient one has seen better days and is intermittent at best. So I had to buy a new one. But unfortunately, the tool has been superseded by this new tool, which is way fancier and has way more capabilities on it.
It had one button on it.
Yes, it was great.
Yeah, one button.
All we needed. Well, now
That's
this
it.
thing's got Wi-Fi in it. I got to update it.
We
And it's got all these
don't need
different
all
things, and
that.
it tells you the battery life and the pressure and the temperature. Yeah, so it's going to be way harder to do that. And that fucking thing was $500. I don't mind telling you right now. Yeah,
Not my money.
sell the bell, help us
Sad
regain.
yeah. Well, again, not my money.
No, I know. But
uh,
like I was saying, man, I'm sitting here and listening to you guys about specialty tools and getting what you need. And like I've talked before, I had to come get wheel jacks.
Do
from
not
you.
come.
Yeah.
yeah, he picked up the little Go Jacks from us.
Yeah, I
We
remember.
we don't.
I was bitter about that day, remember? Because he didn't come to you.
Well, it was just a little popping.
Yeah, it was. That was like we need to move this
But
now.
then he came by when you weren't around and
Yep.
said hi to me.
Yep.
He totally made up for that. Thank you,
Hey,
Jake.
you're welcome, man.
I appreciate
I'm all like, Mike's not here. I'm going to go with the Eric.
And he did. He got me.
Real bad.
I did too. But it's crazy, man. Listening, and I'm envious, jealous, whatever you want to call it, listening to a dealership like that where you have the ability to either order what you need or go pick up. And like I said, once again, thanks for being there to save my ass.
Yeah.
But when I say Harbor Freight back room, it's like the dealership I'm at, it is all Harbor Freight special, unless we are forced to buy that part for whatever reason we need it. Like we were forced to get a new battery, charger, tender, tester, whatever you want to call it, because with the warranty, the old one, they will no longer.
I'm mad about that tester.
Why?
Because there's so many functions that you guys don't utilize.
I have taught the techs time and time again.
We get new battery testers all the time.
We've had this new one for 1 year, and we've been using the same one prior for however many years.
It can literally email me the slips.
So
it can never be lost again.
So the old
But we
one,
don't do that.
the codes at
Why?
the bottom of the slips are no longer accepted through Mazda warranty.
Right.
It has to be on the new machine.
That's why we got our new machine as
Right.
well.
And I've taught the techs. I'm like, look, guys, you can print this out, attach it to the RO, but shit happens. Either one of the riders will accidentally not, it'll tear off. It'll get caught between two pieces of the RO. The cashier accidentally throws it away, whatever the case.
Oh, I recently had somebody had something on their hands and it activated like the thermal paper, and there's a perfect thumbprint over the test.
So I told them
over the piece of information that you
Yes.
need. Like in our case, it's an ACES
So
code.
I saved
Mm-hmm.
I saved her email in this machine. So all that they have to do is right when it prints out, the next screen is email. They click into it. The only one that's in there is our warranty administrator, and all they have to do is
Hello.
click hers
press a button.
and hit send. That's it. Period. That's it.
So it's a personal fuck you every single time.
See,
No,
but it's
I'm
an
kidding.
extra step. You're asking
Sure.
too much now. It's another step.
And
Sure. And how many extra steps do we have to do when the slip gets lost?
I was being
Just
facetious.
saying.
how,
I know you are. I'm just salty about it.
and how much caffeine did you need to get through all of that?
Not enough. That's what it is. So month end, basically I was telling the guys that there is no amount of caffeine. Caffeine. that can get me through the end. So, I mean,
Do you drink like coffee constantly?
yeah, so if we were to make a graph of
No, Venn diagram.
no, that's not applicable to this situation.
I
Color.
wish it
wanna
was.
see a color graph.
So like it's the beginning of the month, everything's fine. Maybe one cup at like 3
Are we talking about
o'clock.
caffeine usage?
Caffeine usage.
Oh, okay, yeah. I want to see this.
Well, I
bar
also
climb.
wanted to get like your guys' like favorite caffeines, because my thing is
God.
I cannot do energy drinks because I will be a royal fucking bitch to anyone. It's like I'm twacked out, like for sure. So today I know it's the beginning of the month now,
But we're gonna go back a couple of days.
Damn it, I don't have that one loaded up right now. That's my favorite one, but it doesn't seem like good for a live.
Bum 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 bum.
Oh, bum bum. So I was just drinking probably about 4 to 5 Starbucks mugs worth of coffee today.
Mother of God.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, is that like regular coffee or is that espresso?
No, it's coffee. It's,
okay.
Man, is it that
Coffee.
blonde stuff that you tried to get me that one time, Eric?
my
Give me a
God.
friggin' heart attack.
Oh, dude, blonde espresso.
What is
Yeah.
it, Pikes Peak or something like
No,
that?
Pikes Peak is the medium roast. Okay, so
I don't
I'm a
know what it's
Starbucks
called.
snob for those of you out there. I have
there's
to
a
have.
Starbucks near the dealership.
Oh yeah, no, it's on my
I
way.
hate
in.
that
I
Starbucks.
pre-order my drink on the
He
freeway.
shows up every day with like 2 trays full of stuff. He looks like
it's one tray. Okay.
Well, I like to embellish. It's a little bit of hyperbole. It never hurt.
Only drink Starbucks. Again, I know I get it. I'm a basic bitch.
We all like what we like.
Yeah.
I have some K-Cup Starbucks vanilla Madagascar that you need to get on. That's
down.
really good.
I'm down.
Honey vanilla Madagascar.
Okay.
I'm gonna come.
Yeah. Right.
Do come.
Yeah, I have to have my Starbucks every morning, but my Starbucks drinks are loaded. So I managed coffee
Loaded,
for
but just like a bunch of extra stuff in it.
caffeine. See, I'm not huge
Extra
on the sugar.
shots.
Yeah, I'm not huge on the sugar. I managed coffee establishments for many years before coming to the dealer. So my tolerance just continued to grow and grow and grow. And coffee just keeps me going. It doesn't get me wired. It just gets me where I need to be to function throughout the day and keep going. So to give you an example, my drink right now, FYI, it's pumpkin spice season.
Oh my gosh, basic.
Yes, I'm a basic bitch through and through. Pumpkin spice everything. So I get an iced venti pumpkin spice latte with oat milk, a quad shot of blonde espresso.
Whoa, dude. A quad?
So 4 shots of blonde espresso.
Holy shit.
And no whip on it.
Is that why you giggle like that? What do you sound like when you're not all caffeinated?
No, not at all. No, really, that's just my natural laugh. But I oh God, what was I going to say?
Oh, about
a lot
your
of coffee.
Quad shots of.
Oh, yeah. So I was going to touch on the blonde thing. So you mentioned
it's crazy.
Well, yeah. So you have three different roasts primarily. You've got a blonde roast, a medium roast, and a dark roast. What a lot of people don't know, they want a strong tasting coffee, and some people like molasses for some odd reason. That actually has less caffeine.
Right. The
stronger it
greener
tastes.
the bean, the higher the caffeine.
The darker the roast, the less caffeine. Well done, Jake. I am so proud of you. So proud of you. Allie didn't even know that. But yes, the blonde roast of anything, whether that's regular coffee or espresso, is more caffeinated naturally. So yes, I only drink blonde espresso.
So I'm strictly
and I'm lactose intolerant. So
I'm
oat
drinking
milk or
black
soy.
coffee.
But see, I'm right there with you, man. When it comes to caffeine, for me, it's all like, at one point it wired me. I have to be careful with certain energy drinks because I'm sensitive to B12 or whatever it was.
B vitamins.
That B vitamins twack me out something fierce. But when it comes to caffeine, I'm like you. This is not to like wake up or get me jazzed. This is to keep me at an even level where I'm like, okay, I can exist on this this plane of existence. I can be here. I'm here.
I am awake. I am present. I am now. Yeah.
And I'm the same way with the whole sugar thing. I like a cold brewed Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's perfect for me.
So how much are you consuming? Are you every day, like during work, drinker?
In the morning,
let's talk about your habits.
In the morning, I'm drinking 3 cups of coffee, and then if I'm really struggling, I'll go and grab something from Starbucks.
Okay.
That's walking
Mike?
distance for you.
It is. It's nice.
I'm jealous.
Have you?
Yeah, but we are late to work sometimes because of the idiots that.
The way that driveway works when you're
Oh
coming
my
around
God.
the corner.
See, that's part of the reason I show up early to work. And download the app. It's going to be your saving
Oh, yeah,
grace.
I do need
Download
to
the
do
app
that.
because you can order ahead of time. I order it like 5 minutes, 10 minutes before I'm about to exit the freeway. That way I just pull up. There's either A, nobody in the drive-through line, or B, if I'm in a hurry, I can just pull up to the door. I jump out, run inside, grab my coffee off the counter, and go.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
Very convenient.
Now, but before we move on here with the whole well, actually, I want to ask Mike his whole caffeine thing. But before we continue to move on from this Starbucks thing, with you talking about pumpkin spice, have you had during
Chestnut praline.
Oh, yes.
Dude.
Oh, I'm all for it.
Dude, I learned about that probably 2 or 3 years ago, but every time that comes out, I'm like, oh, yes.
Yes, the chestnut praline.
It's so
What?
damn good.
What is this? What are you talking about?
It's their
It's a hot
flavors.
drink.
Right, it's like pumpkin spice for fall, chestnut praline is like for the holidays, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, and it's damn good.
It's really good.
It's damn good.
I'll get you one.
They
Do you
have
drink
eggnog
coffee?
during that time.
Yes,
too.
they do.
have
Occasionally I drink
eggnog
coffee.
lattes.
You're also a tea man. sometimes.
Yes, no, I do enjoy tea, but like
I like
I'll drink
tea
coffee.
bags. I mean,
Phrasing.
So yes, I do enjoy tea bags from time to time.
Phrasing.
But yes, I also like coffee. It's just like I got to be in the mood for it, you know.
I tried to
Sometimes-
surprise him with coffee one morning. And
Yeah, what happened with that whole blonde
I'll
thing?
get him a blonde roast, you know, because he was like, I'm so tired or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to show up with a coffee for him. And I figured
It was
you know,
a
the
very
extra
sweet
caffeine-
gesture, you know. I loved him to death.
I
for it.
forget not everyone has my tolerance.
Right.
So usually a regular medium roast is what everybody needs, you know. No, I showed up with a blonde and apparently he was like losing his mind.
I was cracked out of my mind.
Really?
Like crawling in my skin. Like
But how fast did you get that transmission replaced?
I
Record
honestly,
time.
I almost went home. I was gonna tell
He
Neil
was
like,
seeing dragons on the wall.
yeah, I was gonna be like, hey, I mean, I
You can see sounds and hear color. Yeah. Now, see, and with me and Eric, the way that it is like I told Allie, there's a meme that circles around every once in a while where it's like, man, I'm tired. I need some caffeine. And then the next is it shows the chick drinking whatever drink it is. And then the next one, it's like, man, now I'm tired, but faster.
Right.
I'm tired, faster.
sometimes the caffeine is good.
Yeah.
Quick, Jake, we're going to get a new coffee vendor.
Okay.
For work.
We are?
Yep.
Thank God. Okay. Anyways.
Moving on.
So that's a great tip. Mike.
Let's see where you go with this. Come on.
Is it? Never mind.
Okay.
No, it's a great tip. Speaking of tips,
Just the tip.
Tronics.
what's about those Mustang Tiptronic?
Okay, so just another really quick, interesting customer story. We had touched base on the Explorer thermostat housing story earlier. I had another customer that came in that wanted to go for a road test because he was, with the shop foreman, he was having issues with his transmission, and he's got a Mustang, new Mustang. And he's telling me that the vehicle drives fine, but when he's in the manual mode, the RPMs like rev super high and like it doesn't want to shift. And so, okay,
Sounds like sport mode.
yeah. So he's got one of those flappy paddle gearboxes.
The flappy paddle.
paddles.
Yeah. So
I like my flappy pedals.
I'm trying to explain to the customer, okay, this is how this works. Oh no, just get in. We'll go for a drive. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I take off, in full automatic mode and just let the car do its thing. Like, so see, the transmission shifts like really normally right now. Like, yeah, okay, well, let me show you. And, slaps the shifter down or whatever. I can't remember what or you push a button or whatever to put it into the
You move it
pedal
down
mode.
to S, yeah.
Yeah. And
Your guys is if you just hit the paddles, it doesn't automatically throw it into sport.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do the select shift sometimes like that.
For like you're climbing a hill.
Okay, gotcha.
So then now he puts it into the manual mode, the Tiptronic mode, and he's like, okay, so just see it's not really shifting right now. Just the RPMs are up really high, revving really high. I'm like, yeah, because you gotta manually put
You
it
got to
in
hit it.
Do that.
and like, well, I don't understand. In the other mode, it doesn't do that. I said, well, because you're putting it in the sport mode, and the sport mode enables the flappy paddle gearbox thing, and that's like Ford wants you to be able to do that and like drive the car aggressively and whatever.
Every time you say that, I think of that stupid game, Flappy.
Flappy Bird. At least I'm not the only one, man.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad.
What is Flappy Bird?
You really weren't during that whole sensation, huh?
What sensation?
We do.
You look it up
was-
one of these times.
yeah.
Just look up Flappy Bird. You'll know.
All right. Well,
It's a game.
yeah.
Seriously, he really looked at you with a straight face and was like, "Why won't this shift when I'm in Tiptronic?"
So he understood because I had him drive and I like showed him how to do it, and he understood what he was supposed to do, but he didn't realize that he actually had to like press the paddle to make it go to the next gear.
What did he think was going to happen? Because if you
would
don't do
shift
anything,
itself.
it's just
I mean,
automatic.
like-
That's an automatic trick.
Okay, at some point, it will shift
Right?
itself.
Yeah, at some point.
But
Okay.
If you hold that
Yeah.
that speed and
he
that
didn't
rev,
correlate the two. Like it, you have to do this if you're gonna do.
it's for quote unquote spirited driving.
Thank you for the spirited driving remark.
Yeah, some people don't deserve gas vehicles.
Yeah, some people just don't. And I heard that
It's a dirty little
the
rumor.
state of California possibly
This is
allegedly-
another reason why everybody hates us.
Yeah, maybe. But there is
I get a little bitter every time I read something, negative about us from people in other states.
The Dodgers is the most hated baseball team according to some survey thing or whatever.
but not by me. I like them.
Oh yeah, no.
The most hated sports team.
baseball team.
Oh, baseball
Oh,
team.
because
I was
the
going
most
to
hated
Raiders.
sports team is for sure the Raiders.
Raiders, hands down. Yeah.
Win, lose, or tie. Raiders till I die.
Got a true fan over here.
No, dear God, no. But I'm sorry, Ali, you were saying.
In the year, I heard allegedly that people want the gas vehicle to be no more. For no more new vehicles to be produced with a gasoline engine.
Yeah, wasn't it Chevrolet that was saying that by the year 2035 they
Yeah.
want to have no more gas vehicles in their fleet of
See,
vehicles?
Yes.
see, the thing is,
So is that like
GM
other
in general. GM.
Yeah.
GM.
Is that alternative fuels or just strictly electric vehicles?
I think they were mainly specifying electric vehicles. I think that's what they're going towards.
They're moving towards electric vehicles, but this whole 2035 thing, I wasn't sure if it was gasoline engines or internal combustion engines in general.
In general.
Oh, interesting.
So the thing is with this is, number one, me and Mike were kind of spitting back and forth, and Eric, everybody, but there is no way in hell that I could ever see this passing.
No,
Now,
no.
if a company if a company directly wanted to, when
Like
you
as
heard
a choice?
when you heard about this, Eric, was this like no matter what GM, this is the only choices you're going to get, or these are the only vehicles that may come into California by the year 2035? Other places would still have.
No, it's gonna be like an electric Camaro, an electric, Tahoe, an electric Volt or whatever.
Right, but my understanding was this was going to be a requirement for all manufacturers of new vehicles sold in the state of California.
Okay, so you want to talk about, so California's got a shitload of people in it, and we move a lot of money. If any company were to do that, I can only imagine complete hell that would go through that. I can only imagine that company would lose so much money. It's like there are people who specifically spend huge money just to cold start their car to hear it set off all the other alarms in the neighborhood,
Piss off all the neighbors.
right? Or whatever the case is. So it's like I get the idea of saving the planet, and that's cool. Or it's like instead. Well, no, I'm serious with that.
I know.
It is.
I get the
But-
idea of saving the planet.
Right, but at the same time, it's like to just completely get rid of that when you realize that like automotive history started with all of this speed and stuff like that is really embedded in that, and especially in California, we've got racetracks, we've got a bunch of famous racers that have come through here. It's
that's
like
just
the
gonna be
car
the-
scene's huge.
That's just going to be the same thing with like, guns or whatever. It's going to be the same argument. It's a piece of history. We can't
Yeah,
get
but
history or whatever.
I'm sorry, but if in 2030,
Got 14 years to go or
well,
whatever.
in 2035, God willing, I'm still alive, which I hope I am.
Better be.
Well, I could be hit by a bus. You never know. But by by 2035, if I'm still here and I roll up to a car meet and it's all freaking Teslas and you hear, nope, I'm
They're
done.
backing
I'm
up.
done.
Well, that's just the production of new vehicles. We're still going to
Right.
have the existing vehicles that are,
Yeah, so
internal
just keep
combustion
your old
gasoline.
car.
Yeah,
Keep
Right.
your old GT350 and fire
Right,
that thing
and,
up every once
you
in a
know,
while, and
but you know what that's going to do to used car values, like it is right now. They're just going to skyrocket. Yes, it's going to be insane, just
Yep.
like it is right now.
Yep, it's nuts. What's that, Mike? What you got there?
Rustling of papers.
Hey, Ron.
that means it's time for listener mail.
We need
Sell
a
the bell.
jingle.
Mail time.
I'm working on jingles.
Okay.
I have top men working on it.
What?
Top
Wait, hold on.
men.
My ears perked up. What are we talking about here?
A jingle for the show. We're working on it. No, not that.
Not
kind
that
of jingle.
jingle.
A key jingle.
He's fine. He went.
He's fine.
We're not there yet. I've relieved myself enough today. So anyway, today's listener mail comes from Aaron Harlow. He hails
Hi, Aaron.
from Kentucky.
I saw pictures of his cows.
Yes, he does.
Aaron, I used to raise cows as well, dude.
Does that mean something that like?
No, literally.
It's not a
baby
euphemism.
cow.
It's not a euphemism.
Adorable.
Thank you. I couldn't think.
Moo cows,
Moo cows.
Moo moose.
Oh, okay. We're on the
steer,
same page.
cattle.
Moo, bitch.
Get out the way.
God.
You're
Dad
putting a
jokes.
cricket noise on that board after that.
You know what? I'm here for the dad jokes. I'm the king of dad jokes. I'm all for it.
I don't know what else to play.
That's
That's
fine.
fine.
Okay, moving forward.
Moving forward.
Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
Aaron sends us his listener mail, and it goes. Jake, would you like to read this one?
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not?
Yeah.
I would be honored. Okay. So, Mr. Aaron reads, listener mail topic. Here is the topic. Ford Maverick. BS. The Mach-E Mustang was bad enough. Cool car, but don't call it a Mustang. The Maverick. How are they going to take an iconic muscle car and turn that into a wannabe Ranger? What a joke. Lol, 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 lol. I don't get it. Why does one manufacturer need to produce two very similar vehicles with different names? The Maverick may be totally different than a Ranger. Okay, I get that. Just don't call it a damn Maverick. Pisses me off.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is.
So the Mustang Mach-E, that's great for branding, blah, blah. It's Mustang-esque, but it's not a Mustang.
No.
It's like a Mustang that's been fed like a really good...
Should have called it the Ford Thunderclap. The Ford Thunderclap. See, man, I could do this.
I need to Google it.
What, the Mach-E?
Yeah.
You've never seen it?
Never
I
seen
might
one.
have, but I don't know that I know what that is.
We got a new one
seen
in
a Mach-E.
Grabber Blue today.
Grab her blue.
Grabber Blue. Oh my god!
It's actually
That one?
really nice.
yes,
Is it?
that
Really nice
color. Yes, it's a beautiful color.
Yeah.
Grab her blue.
It's
Interesting.
like an electric blue, almost like that Porsche blue.
Porsche.
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 You know what? It's regional.
It's regional.
No. Ask any Porsche executive.
It is Porsche.
Oh, Porsche. Let me grab my Porsche.
So we have
This
one
is
more.
ugly. Sorry. I don't
What?
like it.
The Mach-E?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, well,
It's like somebody attached a bike pump to a regular
It's to
Mustang.
compete with the Teslas.
It looks
Exactly.
like if a
And it's-
Kia was a Mustang.
Papa
You
Elon.
need to see when you come and look at the phones this week.
Oh my God.
did you know that you
We'll
could
show
use
you
your
the new
phone as a
Mach-E.
key for the car?
Yes,
You can do that
know
with
you
the
can
two
do that.
Mazdas too.
Mike
thanks a
did a
lot.
jerk off motion.
Hey, Papa Elon, if you're listening, I'd love a Tesla. But that 100D.
So we have one more piece of listener mail, I'll call it, from AA.
Okay.
Tell me, Mike. Tell me.
This actually is a very...
I'm excited.
This is a very cool...
Gasp.
So we've always asked for voice memos.
Oh, yeah.
listeners,
I kept my ears virgin just for you, AA Ron.
He actually did one, and this is for sure the first time that any three of these people will have been hearing this.
I'm calling you out, other listeners. Send us your voice memos. We want to hear your
But
voice.
to start with, and I'm going to play it here for you now, but to start with, I wanted to talk about the photo that will be launched with this episode.
Okay.
The photo that's launched with this episode is of a differential that I was working on this week and had a massive bearing failure.
Oh.
And so like sort of the caption of the photo was, Justice Brothers products may not be able to fix this, but it could have prevented it. And I had a can of the JB80 in the picture.
Okay.
Call that product placement.
Seriously?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you please enjoy that picture and do not laugh too hard, but it's great stuff. And we're going to talk about it now because the differential failure that we had, Justice Brothers actually does make a gear oil treatment. They make a ton of stuff, but they have a gear oil treatment with metal conditioners in it. It could have potentially saved this from having this problem. But anyway, for your listening pleasure, we are going to play our voice memo from Aaron Harlow in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. And
Kentucky.
please go ahead and enjoy this.
Hey, so what's a skinny on this JB80 penetrating oil I keep hearing about? Come on, Mike. Tell us about it. I need to hear about this stuff. Compare it to some other penetrating oils. Hey, made in the USA, I can stand behind that. Oh, brother Justice, he shipped. We need some more information on this. I'll buy me a case. We'll give it a shot. Inquiring minds would like to know. Appreciate y'all.
Okay, first off, Aaron, I had an idea in my head of what you might sound like, and I'm fucking stoked, bro. That's perfect. It's like that's red-blooded American right there.
Made in America?
Made in America by
I can be on
America. Sam Elliott approves.
So
tell us about it, I guess.
okay,
You were called out, sir.
Yeah, your Damascus bearing.
yeah. So yeah, you'll see the picture of the bearing. It is pretty bad. Well, what's left of the bearing in the race.
Whoa, Damascus bearing. So it's
It's
all
it's
like
a it's a joke.
Oh.
You'll see the
I mean,
picture.
I've watched.
If a bearing looks like Damascus, you're in trouble.
That's what I was gonna say. I've watched Forged in Fire. I know what this means.
Okay, so he's not familiar with the Justice Brothers line of products, and I plug Travis Ferris from Hit Distributing and
What's up, Travis?
Justice Brothers products all the time. But what they actually do, and I talk about it in the commercial, but what they actually do is they supply a huge line of anything from specialty chemicals like the JB80 that I talk about, which, as Justice Brothers themselves say, it's the incredible multi-use spray lubricant that's twice as good as some other brands. So
Twice as good.
Maybe from JB80, you might be able to detour what they're trying to tell you.
BG.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, it's, eliminates squeaks, protects metals from corrosion, loosens anything that's rusted. I mean, it's like literally the spray lubricant on steroids.
Yep.
It's amazing.
I swear by that stuff. I hate the other blue.
You want to know something else that JB80 is great for, and granted, it's not meant
I'm a little
for
worried
it.
where this is going.
You should be. No, it is fantastic for cleaning guns and lubricating guns. I use JB80 on my slides anytime that I forget to clean a barrel. Oh yeah! And it doesn't hurt the finish. It keeps everything super. It's a kick-ass product.
I really haven't used it on that yet.
It is a kick-ass product for that. It
Well, I'm
really
gonna talk to
is.
Travis about that.
Yep.
I guessed right, by the way. You do use it on your pistols.
Is that what we're calling it?
Phrasing.
Man.
What do you call it, Alex?
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, we have
We'll
to move
continue
on.
this in the
I
after hours
apologize.
version of this podcast.
Children. over here.
It's that time.
Yeah, it for sure is that time.
There we go.
Okay. Once again, we want to thank you guys for listening so much. We cannot do this without you.
Yes.
Garcia's.
Hashtag sell the bell. Thank you very much to our special guest, Eric.
We love you.
We love you.
We're going to
you
be
for
bringing
having
on. Oh, you are more than welcome to come on as often as you can. And we are going to be having on new and different people as well. We're going to be trying doing some Zoom meetings and hang out with all the people that want to hang out with us as well.
Zoom. It's a Mazda joke.
It is.
Make my heart go boom, boom.
As always, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram.
A moment just happened.
Yes, between Allie
They
and
locked
I,
eyes, and it was just like,
our childhood flashed before our eyes right now.
As always, you can find us at Twitter and Instagram at customer_states. You can find us at Facebook at facebook.com/customer_states_podcast. Please email us at customerstatespodcast@gmail.com.
what else can they get?
Also happens to be our PayPal when you want to send us money for a hashtag sell the bell.
Or just to support us.
Or just to support us. You can find us at anchor.fm by searching, anchor.fm/customer states podcast.
Nice.
Also, we are now on YouTube. You can search for us on YouTube at customer states podcast. And we have our very own website now, which is customerstatespodcast.com. And
Check out our bios.
check out our bios. You can find all the episodes there. You can find our merch there. You can find out how to support us there and learn more about us individually there as well. So please go check out all of our socials and email us your ideas, your funny pictures, your stories, your voice memos. We love to hear from you
We
guys.
will take them all.
We cannot do this without you, and we do it for you. So thank you guys so much for listening.
And if you're listening to this on a thing that you can rate us on, you should probably do that too.
Yes, please. And anyways, guys, like always, thank you so much for listening. Much love from all of us. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Love you.
Hi, this is Mike Sarah from Customer States. Matco Tools is one of the best tool companies in the industry, and Nick Lowridge is one of the best Matco tool distributors. Nick can get me anything I need for the shop or for at home. From oil drain pans to beef jerky, Nick's got what I need on tap. Nick works in the Thousand Oaks, California area, and you too can get whatever you need by calling him at 805-796-7323. And if you're not in that area, call him anyway and tell him you heard about him from the Customer States podcast. And then you can hop on to matcotools.com and find a Matco Tools distributor near you. Matco Tools. Service, trust, results.